At 76 years old, King Charles finally breaks the silence on Princess Diana, and what he reveals will stun you. The world thought it knew everything about their story, a royal romance worthy of a fairy tale brutally transformed into tragedy, but behind the closed doors of the palace's secrets have remained carefully buried until today. For decades, King Charles III avoided one question more than any other: his tumultuous and heartbreaking relationship with Princess Diana. But today, at 76 years old, he no longer the past he tried to rewrite, soften, and even bury under waves of protocols and official appearances has come back to haunt him. Why now? Why choose this precise moment to lift the veil on what was one of the greatest tragedies of the modern monarchy? Try not to halt, because after this revelation you may not see never again King Charles in the same eye. A confession long since his accession to the throne in 2022, Charles III is trying to redefine his reign, yet despite the lavish ceremony, despite his efforts to modernize the monarchy, a shadow hangs over him, that of Diana. His ghost still in the hearts of the British, who have never completely forgiven Charles his past mistakes, and for good reason. How to forget the image of these wounded princesses, betrayed, alone, faced with an institution that has never really protected him? According to a close friend of the king, he recently confided to his advisors, "I don't want history to repeat itself," a sentence heavy with meaning, because Charles took decades to publicly recognize his love for Camilla. Today, in consort, he knows that history will not remember him as a faithful husband, a warning to his son. According to well-informed sources, Charles would today be obsessed with an idea to prevent his eldest son, Prince William, does not fall into the same traps as him. The king would have told him in private, "Do not make the mistakes I have made, never lose sight of your family," a warning that would have taken on particular importance after the recent trials of William and Catherine Middleton. The constant sacrifices, all this almost broke their relationship, and Charles knows it better than anyone. He too had started his marriage to Diana in the spotlight. At the time, the whole world saw them as a perfect couple, but behind the scenes the reality was very different. Between the expectations of the palace, the rigidity of the crown, and the persistent presence of Camilla in his life, his marriage to Diana was doomed before it had really begun. The king would therefore be today ready to acknowledge what the world already knew: he was never the man he should have been for Diana. Diana's late rehabilitation, this sudden desire of Charles to talk about his past, is not insignificant. During 4 years, Buckingham Palace has tried to control the narrative around Diana, but despite the best efforts of the royal family, the legacy of the people's princess remains intact. Entire generations continue to be fascinated by her story. Social media and documentaries tracing her life, the official narrative of the palace seems increasingly contested. Charles is aware of this, and perhaps at 76 he is thinking that it is finally time to acknowledge what so many Britons have long thought: Diana never received the love and support she deserved, a truth that is too late. But why now? Some royal observers are suggesting a hypothesis: the king is seeking to rewrite his own legacy one last time. After all, Charles knows that his much shorter than that of his mother, Queen Elizabeth, in his time to tell, and he does not want to be just the one that history will remember like the man who cheated on Diana by sharing his confidences. Are he hoping to regain the affection of a people who have always preferred his ex-wife, or is this a final gesture of repentance, an attempt to make peace with his past before it is too late? Either way, one thing is certain: what King Charles, having just revealed, could well change forever the history judges him. Don't forget to like and subscribe for even more surprising relationships.